What's up, Average Dad fans? Welcome back to another video, and it's part two. Part two of the triple part mini-series based on the Honor Magic V3 versus the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold. Yesterday, you've seen all about the hardware, and you can cast your own conclusions, you can make your own opinions, leave them in the comments. Today, it's all about the software. I also want to discuss not just multitasking and software features, I do want to talk about the internals. That includes the battery and the SoC, the chip inside. Let's go! Now, unlike the hardware, which includes the design, which is subjective, there's really not too much regarding the chipset that is subjective. It's all about facts. And inside the Honor Magic V3, you have, in my opinion, the best chipset going and, factually, the best SoC at the moment. The Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chip has, well, everything. It enables 8K video, it enables all the AI features, it's 8 cores, it's 16 gigabytes of DDR5X RAM on this phone, but can go up to 24 gigs on others. It's a terabyte. It's got everything you need. And then when you look at benchmarking against the Tensor G4, but the Tensor G4 is an upgrade to the Tensor G2 that came out on the previous Pixel Fold. However, it's just too far behind the Snapdragon equivalent for certain tasks. Now, in day-to-day life, yes, it's also 8 cores. It also supports up to 24 gigabytes of DDR5X RAM. It also supports 8K video. But how it does it is just slightly less efficient. Still 8 cores, but the megahertz inside, the actual architecture of the chip is more akin to the Snapdragon 8 Generation 1 rather than the 8 Generation 3. And where this shines through is in efficiency. Mainly, battery life. So, battery life is also just a factual indication rather than subjective experience. The Honor Magic V3 comes with a 5150 mAh cell. The Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold comes with a 4650 mAh cell. For those not good at maths, that's 500 milliamps more on the Honor Magic V3, and with that extra efficiency and chipset, you are looking at 2 to 2.5 hours per day extra screen on time. That's in my real life use case, that's not just made up. Now, have I given the Pixel 9 Pro Fold long enough to learn my battery usage? No, so you have to keep that in mind. However, trust me, over the next week or so, the Pixel will not be able to learn my usage enough or save 2 hours of screen on time. So the chipset and the battery capacity have made a big difference in terms of battery life. And then unfortunately, the Google continues to take a bit of a bashing here. The charging. Wired, each phone has different approaches to this. With the Google, you can go for a massive 21 watts of charging. Wired. Yeah, you heard me correctly. That's not wireless, that's wired. Whereas the Honor Magic V3, 66 watts. What does that mean in actual real life? Well, unless you've got real bowel issues, you ain't doing your shit, shower and shave in the time it takes your phone to go from 0 to 100% with the Pixel. Whereas with the Honor Magic V3, in roughly 35-40 minutes, your dead phone will have close to 100% charge. With the Pixel, you're looking at around an hour and a half. Yeah. Pretty damn slow. And then, unfortunately, folks, it gets far worse when it comes to wireless charging. I guess the one benefit I would say is that the Pixel 9 Pro Fold has wireless charging. If you've seen my OnePlus Open Apex review recently, one of the biggest downsides for me is that it still does not have wireless charging. Well, the Honor Magic V3 does this with 50 watts. Now, granted, you will most likely have to use, in fact, you will have to use a proprietary charger for this 50 watts wireless. However, the Average Dad Tech Store just added today at a special 40% off price the Honor Magic wireless charger 50 watts version 2. You can pick that up for £60. So if you chuck that in with the phone in your basket, you're looking at just over £1,300 for both. Now, we have to talk about it. The Pixel's wireless charging. It's 7.5 watts. What's that? Yeah, 7.5 watts. Yes, most flagship phones nowadays reverse wireless charge quicker than that. But no, the wireless charging capabilities of the Pixel 9 Pro Fold are abysmal. If your phone is dead and you want to charge it fully, it'll take roughly 3 to 3.5 hours. Yeah, that's pretty bad. But it does have it. So for that, I guess, thanks, Google. So far you can see chipset, battery, both categories comfortably go to the Honor Magic V3. But now we talk about the actual software. It's Magic OS 8 on the Honor and it's Android 14 soon to be 15 on the Pixel with the stock Google skin. And I've said this in a previous video or two, One UI has always been my favourite software skin when it comes to Android devices. But that stock Google with all the AI features that I actually find myself using, which I never used before, with the customization and the snappiness that's coming along with latest Android updates, it's fast becoming my favourite skin. However, Magic OS 8 has had an upgrade and it does look better. But just from a pure aesthetic, snappiness, professional look, I personally think the Pixel does a far better job with animations, with text, just with overall customization and smooth usability. However, that's not to say that there aren't issues with the Pixel. There certainly are. And those issues shine through glaringly when it comes to multitasking. A foldable phone, for me, is a regular candy bar phone most of the time. But when you want to use that larger canvas for productivity, you use the inner screen. And more often than not, you've got split screen apps because you're doing 2 or 3 things at once. The OnePlus Open has the canvas and it's one of the best. The Z Fold 4 has its own multitasking with 4 apps open at the same time. The Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold allows for 2 apps. That's it. No floating windows, nothing else. 2 apps. Now those 2 apps can be horizontal or vertical, but the V3s can also have 2 apps horizontal or vertical with 2 floating windows. 4 apps at the same time, which you can copy and paste from or share photos or drag them. You can do all that stuff. And with the Honor Portal, mainly for the Chinese market, but it is included in the global version. It needs some fine tuning, but I can see what they're trying to do here. And I appreciate some innovation. Now, both phones have a taskbar, but again, because of the extra multitasking you get on the Honor Magic V3, I find myself using that a lot more, and multitasking is actually very intuitive. Now, in terms of other software aspects, they're both global ROMs, so they both have eSIM, Wi-Fi calling, Android Auto, smartwatch connectivity with every smartwatch out there. There's no issues when it comes to anything like that. It's 5G on all, it's dual SIM, it's Bluetooth 5.3 or 4. Yeah, connectivity-wise, the software is seamless on both devices. Now, the one thing I didn't talk about with hardware that does kind of fall under hardware, so I should have mentioned it yesterday, but I'll mention it now, is stylus support. Only one of these devices have stylus support, and I'll tell you now, it ain't the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. So yes, the outer and inner screen of the Honor Magic V3 support the Magic Pen, which again, you can pick up £50 off at the Average Dad Tech Store. So, hopefully that's helped with regards to software questions, functionality. You've got to see how both skins look and feel and are used. But of course, as always, any questions, pop them down in the comments below. And I'll be back for one of my favourite parts of a review, the cameras. Tomorrow, 8 p.m, the camera part 3 of the mini-series will be a good one. Can the software of the Pixel keep up with the hardware of the Magic V3? If you're looking forward to seeing that, make sure you smash subscribe. And if you've enjoyed this video, smash like. And until next time,